I don't know. My sneezes have been dad level for quite some time, and
Nah,
then I
I've always had
make
quaint
noises when I get
sneezes.
up and sit down.
Typically, I'll hold in a sneeze, so I'll be like,
Dude, you
How?
won't,
Why?
bro.
if
Are you
I'm
saving
like,
them all up? One
yeah,
big sneeze.
yeah, cause I don't like
That's
snot
too.
going
Yeah, wait, what
everywhere.
the fuck? That sounds like really unpleasant to hold in a sneeze.
You've never
Don't you
held
just
in a
like?
sneeze before?
Well, no, I mean I have, but like once you do it, you get like I don't know, like you can't get rid of the tingle. Now it's just like a part of you for 5 minutes.
No,
Yeah.
no, it feels like I
Yeah.
sneezed. If I
No,
hold in a
no, no,
sneeze,
no, no. I need that release.
I, it feels like I have that release. Like it feels like it's, it's
Do you
like
like edging as well?
no, no. I was gonna
That's a
say
separate
no,
conversation.
no, no. I was. That's funny you say that because I was gonna say, bro, it feels like if you like had an orgasm but you didn't come.
And you know what that feels like.
Yeah, kidney stone medicine does that to a motherfucker. It's sad.
Welcome to the podcast.
Do you
This
guys like edging?
um
I don't.
no, I haven't tried.
I feel like
it.
I don't think I could. I've never tried it, but I don't think I could.
It's pretty easy to do.
I've
Pretty
attempted
easy.
to
Just,
make
like,
it
stop.
last longer by just slowing down a little bit, but I don't think that's quite the same thing.
No, yet. Into it. It's great. Y'all should
I don't
do it.
know.
pretty good.
It just feels way too. Cause like, if I get to a certain point, it's like, so at one point you get past the point of no return. It's like
Yeah.
I don't want to like you can't stop.
I assume that's where it becomes edging, right? Is when you get past that point of no return, and then you still try to pump the brakes.
Isn't it? Isn't it like? Isn't it supposed to be like you're about to, and then you stop?
Basically,
That's the goal.
it's an acquired skill from practice.
Yeah, you'd have to practice. There's no way. I don't think I could ever.
You have to make a dexterity saving throw every time you do it. It's a whole process.
No, that's beyond me. People who can do that are powerful. Who can do it efficiently. Like someone edges like 10 times in like an hour, bro. I don't know how when you edge, how much are you supposed like
You're supposed to get
how
as
much
close as
do
you
you
can,
build
bro.
up? No, how much do you build up before you let it
I
all
mean,
go?
like,
Depends upon
What do
how
you
I'm
mean?
Just put it
feeling.
away, move on. Then after
Well, 'cause
a
the
year,
whole
you've
point
got
of
like
it-
a shotgun blast.
The whole point of it is that like you're supposed to hold it, and then when you finally do come, it feels good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many?
At the
So
end of
how
the
long are
year.
you supposed like how many edge sessions do you have to go through before it starts to feel like before you get the like the optimal edge orgasm?
I don't know as much as you want.
It's just something you
Like-
feel, bro.
Yeah.
There's a science.
Nah,
I
there's
don't
got to
figure
be
it
like
out.
there's got to be an article on this.
Someone has to
It's
have
like
figured
seven.
this out.
7 is the magic number.
Where do the diminishing returns start?
Yeah, at what point?
Break this down economically here.
I feel like at some point you just like you touch your dick and you're coming, bro. If you hold it that much, your balls are ready to burst.
That's what makes it feel oh so good.
Yeah, because when they burst, it's amazing.
Welcome back to the Edge podcast.
How did we get here?
I don't know.
Episode 13.
How
It
did
is
we get here?
episode 13. Somebody just asked it. I don't know.
Oh,
Oh,
we
we
were talking
were
about
talking
sneezing.
about, yeah, and how you edge your fucking sneezes so you can get a big one.
Fucked up. I don't be edging them.
And transitioning into dadhood.
It just feels like I sneeze. I go like
But it's like
Maybe
it
I'll do
stays
it
in your
on the-
mouth kind of deal.
No, like
Because like
It's
I've
just
held
like-
sneezes and like
it
it'll
feels
do
like
that
I
little
sneeze,
feeling.
just nothing comes out. I don't have the release of snot. It feels like I sneezed.
Do you like still have like a chew like a or like anything like that?
What?
Like,
Do you still make a
do you
noise?
still like have a
I'll go like it'll be like you know how you go like achoo.
yeah?
It would be like it'd be like because I'm
Oh,
holding
okay, so you
my
still
nose.
more or less sneezed. You just like are. You aren't suppressing the
holding-
sneeze. You're still sneezing. You're just not like full on.
No,
sneezing.
nothing comes
He's
out.
not following through, bro.
Not finishing your swing, if you will.
Yeah, I told you I'm not finishing it. I'm holding it in. It doesn't leave my nose.
Sociopathic behavior.
No,
Oh
if
my
you're, it
God.
just depends on the. You have to be in a. It depends on the situation you're in. Depends on maybe you're taking a test in a quiet library.
That's the best place to like jump scare the person next to you.
No. Would you guys be the type of people to like fart in class?
Yeah.
I was in like middle school.
Because I always that's always the funniest thing is when someone farts in class, but I never wanted to be the one to do it.
I was never out loud. I was like a classroom crop duster. Like go to sharpen your pencil, like it's gonna be a stealthy one.
I wasn't confident enough to
Plant the evidence on
be a
someone.
crop duster. I didn't want to be caught.
I developed the skill to like spread my ass cheeks enough to make any fart silent, bro.
And eventually
I'm just
you get
afraid they'll
maneuver
know the
right to where,
smell
like,
came
you just
from.
lift your leg just right, or like you're just walking just right. You know that you're gonna get that separation that you need.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bro's cropped
Yeah.
up.
Let us
how
know
much
in the
this man's
comments.
No, we know how much this man's ass goes out of control. This man was shitting his pants in the car.
You got a farty
That was
ass.
funny as fuck.
Dude was
Yeah,
sleeping.
I also feel like I'm good at like controlling the power of my farts.
Like you could
Bro.
You can like
You're,
constrict
like,
a
on
little bit and let
command.
out less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you still like? Does the rest remain, or do you just like diminish its power and then release it? Like, how does that work? Or
So like
Bro.
you turn like one big fart into like a few smaller ones.
Okay. I
So
didn't
we're
think
not
that the
losing
conversation.
Any, like, mass here.
No.
I didn't think that the conversation would come back to here, but sometimes I'd be holding in my farts, and sometimes I'd be holding in my farts, and it feels like I fart inside my body, bro.
What?
It's like, imagine like I'm holding it in, and then imagine hearing like your stomach gurgle, except it's not my stomach because. I mean, it's not in my stomach anymore, and it's like down lower in like my intestines, and it just sounds and feels like I farted inside. I did an inverted fart. Like I don't know how to describe it. I mean, that's not what it is. Probably it's probably my body being like, "Oh, why did you not let this out? What's wrong with you? I'm trying to get rid of this."
Years of fart build up in your colon. Someday that's gonna rupture.
Dude, I'm hyped for the
Interior
ultimate fart.
farts.
Dude, I'm hyped for like the ult. I'm saving them up for the powerful one. I'm gonna fly.
Yeah, I don't think I've had that sensation.
No, I
It's-
know what
it's-
you're talking about. If you
You
like
do?
clench to hold in a fart and then you feel it kind of go back up into your
Yeah.
intestines, bro. Like
I felt that like once in my life. Whoa.
Shit's wild. I want to know what's happened. Why couldn't one of us have been like a fart doctor?
Fart doctor.
Hey, there's still time.
What do you? How do you get into that? Like, what makes you want to be like, man? I really want to study poop and farts.
I think it always starts out as a joke and then it slowly doesn't become a joke anymore.
Yeah. See, I
I'm gonna do
respect a
it.
man who becomes a fart doctor.
I'm gonna
But
be
a man who becomes a gynecologist has bad intentions.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, to be fair, no, there's no being fair there. The profession was straight up barred from women for like millions, for thousands of years. Kind of deal,
Millions
you
of
know?
years. I mean,
Millions.
I guess.
The dinosaurs were sexist too.
They had male
Yeah, I
gynecologists,
bet they
bro. I
were.
don't know what to tell you.
What if the
But, yeah.
dinosaurs were really based, though?
It is probably.
They got
Dinosaurs
so
is-
based, God blew them up.
Nah, there's something up there. There's a conspiracy.
I
God
don't
threw
know,
that
man.
asteroid to Earth for a reason. What's he hiding?
Well, it wasn't like the dinosaur meta. It was like too out of balance, and then like they just had to
Dude,
scrap
I
the
wish. Dude, alright, I know, you gotta learn. Like, you think you'd learn your lesson from watching movies. I want Jurassic Park to be real.
Aren't they like building that thing in Russia that's supposed to be like Jurassic Park, but real?
What?
build. Haven't heard of this.
No, you guys.
Do you know more?
Joe talked to me about it all the time. Let me.
What? There.
While he's
How
like
did I
looking
not
this
know there-
up, I agree, Pierce. I think like I don't know, Jurassic Park. At the end of the day, like if we do it like the movies and it's on an island, even if like some shit goes wrong, like it'll be fine.
Everyone knows the risk.
Yeah. But yeah, I think like the real life safety protocols would be better than those.
That's
from
the biggest. That is the biggest. That's the most unrealistic thing in the in the Jurassic Park movies, is that they don't they don't ever act like there's a risk of anything going wrong when they're working with literal dinosaurs.
Okay, so there has been no talk about this Russian dinosaur park since September of 2018. So my guess is the plans never came to fruition.
Or they are coming in,
Oh.
they just can't announce it.
But they did like have a spot, like they had land dedicated for it and everything, and were working on it at that time.
How is that stuff going? Trying to get old DNA.
Are we certain they
Cloning
were
it.
reviving dinosaurs, or were
Yeah.
they just like they had statues of dinosaurs in a park and the kids could show up?
No. They were trying to resurrect prehistoric animals. Like that was their goal.
How is
Sick.
resurrection going? Because I know there's always been talk about like woolly mammoths, like saber-toothed tigers. How's that stuff going? Are we getting any luck?
I think we've resurrected some bacteria before.
Oh, that's lame.
Ethan, look that up while you're on your phone.
It's lame, but it's like proof of concept.
See
what
if
am I gonna
anyone's-
do with a bacteria?
See if anyone's resurrected,
Saber-toothed
ancient animal.
tiger or bust.
Nobody has resurrected anyone from what I'm seeing, but they have sequenced the DNA of multiple like of multiple like prehistoric animals. Like we know what makes up dire wolves and saber-toothed tigers and stuff like that now.
Wait, dire wolves were
Bro.
real.
Yeah, bro, they were like
Yeah.
8 feet long and like 6 feet tall.
I thought those
Oh my
were just
God.
like
Bring
a
those back.
fantasy concept.
Bro, I want to see that.
Do you guys think that there's like okay? I don't think dragons are real, but dragons popped up a lot in like, mythology. Do you think that like there was some dinosaur holdover that was the dragon? Like, where does the dragon myth come from? Why does that pop up over and over? That we have a
That
giant
is
flying
true.
reptile.
You're right, because
Like every culture has that, yeah.
like they didn't know dinosaurs existed then yet, right?
I'm sure the second some human stumbled across giant old bones that he or she had no idea where they came from.
Oh, actually, you know
Like,
what? That could be true. They could have found bones and just they didn't know it was dinosaurs, so they could have like made up some
That's a good point.
mythos. Well, I don't
Do
know
you
how
think,
long have
like,
dragons been a thing.
long
Dragons
time.
been a thing
Very
for
long
like
time.
ever.
Yeah.
how would they know they're
Anyways.
reptiles though?
Yeah, wait,
With just the
literally it
bones.
says 4 millennia. They probably just assumed reptile, let's be real.
Yeah, fair enough. Nah, dude. Okay, I take it back. Dinosaurs are not. Dragons are definitely real. Dinosaurs
Alright.
also real.
Hold up.
Isn't it crazy that people don't think dinosaurs are real?
A medieval
I just-
bestiary in
Look-
1260 AD has the earliest known Western dragon, like,
The-
depiction.
The thing that fucks me up about people not thinking dinosaurs are real, like conspiracy theories are supposed to be fun, you know. But what's fun about not believing in dinosaurs? Like, I don't want to live in a world that dinosaurs didn't exist in.
Exactly.
Like, why ruin that for yourself?
Well, I think that's mostly to back up the conspiracy theory of God.
Oh. Yeah,
Yo,
I get
what?
Could you say
yeah,
that
because
God
like
is a
according to the
conspiracy
Bible,
theory?
the Earth is what, like a couple thousand years old, and obviously that kind of doesn't work with dinosaurs.
Yeah, 6,000 years, baby. A little older than that.
I hate how people take everything in the Bible so sacredly. Like, you have to use some type of like you gotta have some leeway with the word. You can't take it literally because
Yeah.
of the time it was written, and they're all like secondhand, like, you know, they're writing about people, and like, you know, sometimes they're not even like they weren't even there. They like heard stories from other people. This book has been passed around and gone through so many people. Now, like, you gotta interpret stuff your own way sometimes. You can't just be like, no, the Earth is only 6,000 years old. Dinosaurs did not exist.
At least they're being consistent, though.
Yeah, I guess. You just can't. I feel like you can't take the Bible to heart. Can't take it literally. There's always something you
Yeah.
gotta like theorize about.
And it's
Yeah.
changed so much over time. I mean, the name of the god of in the Jewish faith, like Jehovah, stems from a
Yahweh.
pagan Yahweh. Jehovah is another form of it's another word for God, but yeah, Yahweh was the one I was looking for. Actually, like, stems from a pantheon of gods from a pagan culture, you know, and just like we've gotten from there to Christianity today, and not to, like, you know, say that anyone's religion is invalid, but like things change over time. I think it's just a dangerous thing to take any given religious text literally, and we've seen how that can go wrong. So yeah, just lighten up. Dinosaurs can be real, and your god can be real. It's chill.
Yeah, and it's like dinosaurs are fucking cool as shit. Why would you not want to believe in a dinosaur?
Not to get too off topic here, but scientists have used a combination of stem cells and, like, CRISPR to change the number of chromosomes mice have.
And what does that
They, like,
mean?
They just, like,
They give the mice Down
mice.
syndrome?
They tried in, like, 2 spots.
Weaponized
They
Down
fused.
syndrome.
No, kind of legit though. They fused chromosomes 1 and 2 together for some mice, and that resulted in, like, the offspring being slower and larger and more anxious. And then they fused chromosomes 4 and 5 together in other mice, which produced like viable, okay offspring for the most part. They didn't have any major complications.
That's wild.
We just be doing some fucked up things to mice sometimes.
For real. Yeah, but have
Yeah.
you seen those guys? Oh, they be scurrying around.
Oh my god, have you guys ever seen those videos of like the mouse seas that happen in like Australia whenever like I don't know, they
The
just
what?
go out to some Australian farm and they'll flip over a giant piece of sheet metal and you'll see like a million mice just moving as like a tide.
I think I know what you're
Nice.
talking about. No, dude, mice are terrifying.
Plague
I
Tale
hate them.
game.
I hate those little guys scurrying around.
Did you guys see that town in Australia that got like overrun with frogs?
Nah.
Dude, what is wrong with Australia? Can we talk about that?
There were like millions of frogs.
Boys Trip 2,
Something's
the
not right
boys
with that
figure
place.
out Australia.
Someone's got to figure that place out because that place is fucked.
Straight up.
Like they just be, and it's like they'll bring in animals to like to try and like get rid of other pests, and then they'll create like new issues. Like I think they had like a locust problem or something like that. They had like a bug problem, and so they like imported a bunch of frogs to like get rid of the
cane
locusts,
frogs,
and
I
now
think
they
they're called.
yeah
I think
that's
that's
right.
what overran the town is the cane frogs.
Probably.
And like, you know, it became an initiative for Australian like school children. Like it was like a, you know, a fun playtime activity where they go out with golf clubs and like cull the frogs, do it by hand.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was either the frogs were the problem and they brought in another animal, or there was an animal and they brought in the frogs. But
I think the frogs
What-
were the solution. And then they
okay,
became
well
the problem.
the locusts were there, and then they brought the frogs in, and now the frogs are like a huge problem.
That's fucked, bro.
What else is? What's the bird?
The emu.
Magpies.
That they lost
Magpie.
that war to? Oh.
They
Well,
lost the war to the
emus,
emu.
but-
The magpies are the ones that attack people's heads.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking
Mhm.
of. Dude, Australia is terrifying, and it's like I don't
There's
know if this
also
is.
there's also like large like chicken like birds that like rummage through their trash and they call them bin chickens.
Sounds just like a fucking chupacabra.
Dude, Australia is not a real place. There's no way.
Bin
Is there
chickens.
Don't even
footage
get me
of this?
started on the
Call
drop
them
bears,
that.
bro.
Dude, alright. Love me a good drop bear.
And Australians be like having stupid names for things.
Brick.
Like they'll take a word and then just like replace the second half with like a Y, like ending in like a Y. So like breakfast is called brekkie. Like
Okay, but we do
legitimately. Like no, but like legitimately, like that's just what it's called. Like they just call it brekkie. Like we do it because it's funny.
But
They
that
just
is
call
fun.
it brekkie.
I can't fault them for that. That's great. They're having fun, man.
Denny.
Like, you know,
Aren't
come for dinner, son, or like, who's ready for some
I think
dinny?
sprinkles.
You know, like,
This one's even weirder. I think sprinkles are called jimmies.
People in America call them jimmies.
Okay, well they are
It
in
might be like a
Australia,
New
too.
England thing.
I got the jimmies.
give me the
Dude,
Noah with
Australia's
some
fucked.
jimmies.
The UK has a really weird name for sprinkles, and I forget what it is.
I don't.
You can look it up here on your phone.
Sprinkles.
I don't appreciate that they call fries chips and chips crisps.
I can understand the crisps. I can understand those being called. I can understand chips being called crisps, but I can't understand fries being called chips. They ain't bloody chips.
They're
It's
called
fries.
hundreds and wait, what? In England, they're
Hun-
called hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
How you make
Wait, what?
Also,
Sprinkles are called hundreds and thousands.
That's
just
such
gotta
a
go
long.
over.
Do you say I'd like some hundreds and thousands, or like in what cases are they hundreds, in what cases are they thousands?
Bro, they're just called hundreds and thousands.
So you say I want a vanilla ice cream with hundreds and thousands?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, actually.
All right, but we gotta go over the fact that when I first looked that up, the first thing that came up was UK Sprinklegate.
Okay, elaborate.
Yeah,
Some
can
company apparently imported sprinkles from the US that had like an illegal additive an additive that was illegal in the UK.
Probably like Red 5 or whatever it is.
Yo, I
So-
fucking love Red
One
5.
of the many like American food dyes that's banned everywhere else.
Hey, I'm fine.
Their Mountain
Red
Dew is
5.
like gray, so I'll take the health risks.
Yeah.
Is it really?
I don't know.
Yeah, bro,
All I
my
know is
Mountain
that
Dew's gotta be
they
green.
can't put yellow 5 in their Mountain Dew, like we do in ours. Which kind of like, I don't know. That upsets me a little bit about America is, you know, that we're not regulating this chemical that every other developed country has banned because, you know, code red has to be red. Like, make the bottle red. That does the trick. Sprite's been getting away with it forever.
Yeah. Dude, I am kind of pissed at Mountain Dew because all like with the original flavor, all the cans and all the bottles are green, but when you pour that shit out, that's like piss yellow.
I've
makes a
never
good
had
point.
an
You want it
issue
to
with
be
the.
green, bro.
I've never had
Yeah.
I never
I
had
want
an
that shit to
issue.
be radioactive.
Are you saying that Mountain Dew doesn't look like that?
It does look radioactive.
It does look radioactive. What are you talking about?
Nah. That shit's yellow.
I never
There's
had
a
a I
lack.
never had a issue with the color discrepancy. Like I thought they were close enough.
Bro, did your teachers ever do that thing where they made you like do a project all about sewer lice? And like,
What?
all right, we're gonna come around on a whole thing here.
We
But,
were
like-
in the same school system, my guy. I have no idea what you're talking about.
They showed us, so at the beginning of the year in like 5th grade, they showed us this jar with this like yellowy green liquid and these giant like gray, like just like oval shaped things. And they were like, this is sewer lice. It was found in New York. You're gonna spend the whole year testing this thing and trying to figure out what they are. And then like at the end of the year, they told us it was actually just raisins in Mountain Dew.
What?
I did not do that.
Had us
What was
all
the point?
perplexed.
What was the point?
Just to do like scientific like work, like testing the
Okay.
scientific method.
How
and,
are
like,
you
what
guys
is this
like
made
supposed
out
to
of?
determine it was a raisin in Mountain Dew just by
We
looking at
weren't.
it? Like,
It didn't look like it at all, bro. I swear. I think it had us all convinced.
I thought it was gonna end up being a thing like this is what Mountain Dew does to a raisin. Think about what it does to you.
I'm well
Wow.
aware, but I'm hooked.
Remember Bojangles?
Bro.
Let's talk about that.
Bro, I could go for a Bowberry biscuit right now.
Oh, stop.
Dude, we are hours away from the nearest Bowberry biscuit, which is just devastating.
So sad.
Alright, the boys all gotta move to a state where we can easily access Bowberry biscuits.
That requires going to the south. Okay, but for any southern listeners, like, speak up, man. You guys have a gem on your hands. And I just don't hear enough about Bojangles in online spaces. I don't know if you guys are just trying to keep it on the down low, respect, whatever, but like, I don't know, sound the alarm. Like, get people on this. Let's get this chain moving across the nation. Yeah, people need to hear the good word. You guys got to fight the good fight.
It was weird how like our experiences were slightly different at the two Bojangles we went to.
One was definitely newer and felt more like a Popeyes, while one felt more like a Denny's.
Yeah.
Well, the other one was the first one we went to was an old Wendy's.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I recognize because the moment we went in there, I like something triggered in my brain that was like, this is familiar. And then it wasn't until we were about to leave and we went to the restrooms that I realized that it was an old Wendy's because I
Because of
just
that bathroom where it was at, like that.
yeah, because
hallway.
it's like in the back. I was like, oh,
Don't you
this
think
is a
that's just kind of like
Wendy's.
standard fast food layout, or like did you see any like old Wendy's insignias or?
No, like it's like one for one. The ordering area got me thinking that too. The way that that they have the separators where it like kind of has you go in a line. They're like wooden. Those are from Wendy's. Because there's this Wendy's when I was a kid that we would sometimes like after church we would like go to Wendy's or something. And it was literally that exact same place. So yeah.
So Game of
What's
Thrones
it?
is back in a big way.
Dude, I don't care.
And why will none of you take my word for it and watch House of the Dragon?
Because if I'm gonna watch that, I'd want to watch Game of Thrones, but I don't want to watch Game of Thrones because I don't want to watch a show that's gonna end very badly.
I'm telling you, you don't need to. I know we were talking about regret, not hopping on Better Call Saul at the beginning so we could be there, but for the big end. But this is your opportunity. We have a couple potential masterpieces coming up in fantasy television. And now's the time to get on board.
Alright, I want to get around to House of Dragon, but I gotta get through Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
But it's week by week, so you just like if you catch up now, you just got to devote 1 hour a week to it.
Oh, but the binge is the way, bro. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
Ethan,
true.
we'll invite you next game.
Sick.
I forgot
And-
about that.
Are you guys gonna watch Rings of Power?
Yes.
I will.
Pierce,
No comment.
tell him.
This man
Tell
refuses
everyone.
to watch Lord of the Rings.
Okay, and you haven't watched Indiana Jones.
I'd say Lord of the Rings is more significant.
No, Lord of the Rings wouldn't exist without Indiana Jones.
That's just not true.
It is.
I don't know if there's any other series of 3 movies or more that all 3 movies were nominated for Best Picture. 'Cause every Lord of the Rings was nominated for Best Picture.
You've never seen my trilogy because each one was nominated and won.
Shit. Well, alright. Never mind.
So I think I know what I'm talking about. You watch it. I will eventually.
Both of you are doing yourself a disservice not watching these movies. Whether it be Lord of the Rings or Indiana Jones. I do agree with Jackson. I think Lord of the Rings is maybe the bigger crime here to not have seen that.
Nah, I
Of the
disagree.
two.
I'll
But-
watch it. I will watch it when Jackson watches Indiana Jones.
But House of the Dragon, if you like fantasy and politics and those things giving each other a little kiss,
Right.
you will love this show. 2 episodes in, It really does. It's refreshing. It feels like Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones was at its peak. It's like we're back, um, and I'm here for it.
It's not written by the same guys, right?
New guy. George R. R. Martin has a bigger hand in this series. He's like listed as one of the creators. He's an executive producer, so he's got a more direct overview of the project versus Game of Thrones. The last 3 seasons he almost had no involvement in. So if your concern is with George being involved, he is involved in this project.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I will eventually. Maybe I'm just not super into, like, fantasy like that.
Which is fair enough. I think that
Not
would
not
make
that I
sense.
don't, but like I've been thinking about it, and it's like I can't really think of like a whole lot of like fantasy series that I'm into.
Well, I mean, like Star Wars is more space fantasy than it is
Well,
sci-fi.
well, I
Yeah.
I was trying to think about how to like get to that, because like that's true. I would say Star Wars is fantasy, but not in the same way. I'm talking, the type of fantasy that you get
Your
with
swords
with
and
Lord of the
shields, wizards. Yeah, I get that.
But it's like,
It's
but it's
the
not
good
that
thing
like I
about it.
dislike it. Like I'll watch, like I'm sure I'd like Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones. I don't
Yeah,
dislike
yeah.
that. I don't dislike it, but it's just like I feel like I think I'm just not like super into it like enough, because I was just thinking about it while we were talking about this, and I just can't think of any series like off the top of my head that like I really like that are fantasy like that.
But yeah, if your reservation is that you haven't seen Game of Thrones, you definitely don't have to. This show takes place, it says at the beginning, somewhere between 200 and 1,000 years before Game of Thrones. And, like, obviously same world, same basic, like, like families in charge of the kingdoms. So all Game of Thrones really does for you, it might give you more appreciation, but ultimately it just kind of gives you a heads up on what some of the houses' names are and where they're located. But the show does a fine job of walking you through that as well.
Yeah, but I still I gotta finish Better Call Saul. Then I gotta rewatch Breaking Bad, and then I gotta rewatch Better Call Saul.
You will get over this
A full
obsession before
docket.
too long.
I will what?
Like you're at peak Saul hype right now, but I think it'll die down. You'll need something to watch, and that'll be House of the Dragon.
It'll be Breaking Bad.
Lord of the Rings,
And then by the time I get done with Breaking Bad, I'll be unhyped about Breaking Bad, and then I'll be hyped about Better Call Saul. Plus,
It's
I
a
got
whole
She-Hulk
cycle.
going on, and I still haven't finished watching Daredevil. I got 3 lawyer shows I'm watching right now. How did that happen? No,
Speaking of,
there's just a lot.
Jackson, Shulk.
She-Hulk.
This man said
I
Shulk.
figured that's what you were going for.
Yeah,
he was wanting to
second
talk about
episode was
Xena.
really good.
Oh, I still have not seen it. Summer and I plan on watching it though.
This man did not do his pod homework.
It's like 20 minutes
True.
long.
Yeah, it's a good episode. Yeah.
Honestly, like, the episode was short, but it didn't feel short. It felt like everything got done what needed to be done.
It felt like
That's
enough
good.
got done, but like when it ended, I was like, no way, it's been 30 minutes. It's like it's been
Because it
5
isn't. It's 20.
or
It's
20.
it's 20 minutes, even shorter. I didn't think we were gonna get a resolution. Well, I mean, it's not really a resolution, but I didn't think we were gonna get anything about Hulk going to Sakaar. I thought that would be like at the end of the series, like a post-credit scene at the end of the series.
Hmm.
I didn't think we were going to get that in the middle of the second episode of him just already being like, yeah, I got to figure some stuff out.
I think,
I imagine it's the last we'll see of him until like the end of the
I think so
show.
too.
yeah, I think that's their way of saying, like, don't expect Hulk to be in. Because if you kind of just leave him off screen, but still don't bring him back, people would be like, well, where's the Hulk? But now we know. So I think that was probably pretty smart.
I liked, I really liked Abomination in this, or I guess Blonsky in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Roth's great.
Do you guys buy what he was saying about, like, I mean, to a certain extent, like, yeah, he was kind of like coerced by the government into taking the super soldier serum, but he also like kind of had a hand in the Abomination when he like got power hungry with it. But are they going to
Yeah.
spin that? See, I'm thinking, are they going to spin that as like, oh, that was just the serum controlling his mind, or what I was thinking was the more likely thing was he's just lying about it, like trying to be like, oh, it's like I did nothing wrong. The government, did this to me. When in
Yeah,
reality, he like went seeking more of it, and then eventually mixed it with the Hulk's blood.
I don't think he's being genuine. Maybe he is. Whether he is or not, it is a good. It's like a compelling argument.
Yeah. Either way, I'd be happy. But I feel like he's not being genuine.
I did like the haiku, and then Hulk got one.
Mm-hmm.
I like the I'm a completely different person.
Yeah, good moments all around. It's a fun show. I'm enjoying it. I kind of like that it's short. Again, with so many shows coming out, it's cool to just like, all right, got that out of the way real quick.
It gets done when it needs to.
Yeah, I respect that. I mean, that's a cool thing about, I guess, like streaming services. Even though like with HBO, like all these House of the Dragon episodes are going to be an hour because it's still got to fill that hour slot for the actual HBO channel. But it's nice with Disney that they can just like episodes. Like I both am a bit like I just wish it was more consistent with the lengths, but at least like they aren't like creatively they aren't like, okay, well you got to make this 30 minutes, whether that means cutting content or adding content to pad for time. Rather, they're just like, get what you need to get in there, and then it is how long it is. And I guess that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I always liked that about when this first started, like when Disney Plus shows first, because Disney was really the first one to really do that. Because even like Netflix shows still pretty much had a standard run time up until that point. Not that they don't know. But like I always thought it was super cool that episodes, they weren't restrained by the time. They could like do whatever they needed to. But now I kind of wish there was a little more like a set, time frame.
Like, oh, I am watching a Marvel show, it will be this long. Or, oh, I am watching a whatever.
Yeah. There's like it's like if I watch some Better Call Saul, I know it's going to be 50 minutes to an hour.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, how long is this week's episode going to be? Oh, 20 minutes? Oh, but this one's 50 minutes. It's interesting.
Did y'all ever invite me to that next game?
It's almost done. This is taking a long time.
Yeah, we're on the last lap, I think.
What else?
By the way, we're playing GTA.
Yeah, I'm in. Like, I'm in a lobby right now, just driving around.
What's else on the topic list? Bro, why the McDonald's drive-thru be so slow?
Staffing
Dude,
issues. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in the drive-thru for like 30 minutes, and it wasn't busy. But damn, shit
I
took
can't
forever.
imagine being in like fast food service right now. I feel like
I couldn't imagine being in it ever.
there's a lot more like 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 nowadays you if you have the option of working at McDonald's or kind of just working for yourself as an Uber driver or like Uber Eats driver, and you can in theory make more money as the Uber Eats driver. I get why a lot more people would go that route, and I think like that's in part what's contributed to the lack of like people willing to work for food service. But man, I feel so bad for those people who do, because then
Yeah,
they're
I
doing their
think. I
best.
mean,
They're
I think there
working
were
their
literally
ass
like
off.
2 people working tonight.
Yeah,
Damn.
But this McDonald's
they're
specifically, even when they're like fully staffed, like middle of the day, they're still pretty slow. But yeah,
yeah.
tonight they did only have like 2 people.
And like not only is your service gonna be slower and it's just gonna back you up and be more stressful, but I guarantee you have a lot more people complaining about it too. Like not like
Oh
this where
yeah.
you're talking about it being slow, but like complaining to them, just
This
making their day worse.
this McDonald's by my house seems to be pretty staffed like throughout the entire day. Like if I ever go in the mornings, it's like pretty like fully staffed. And the middle of the day it is, but like at the end of the day, it's always like they have like 2 or 3 people working.
Damn. Bro, y'all talking about McDonald's? I just want a McGriddle right now.
Ooh.
I
God
I
damn.
think that McDonald's, I understand all day breakfast not being like a profitable thing or something, but I think that breakfast should at least be sold um in like the AM hours. Like from 12 a.m. from midnight to noon, I think that breakfast should be sold.
That would be incredible.
Because I feel like 10:30 is too early to stop doing breakfast. And like it would just be nice to have it in like the later parts of the night too. But you could also keep your normal menu. Like you could start lunch at 10:30 too. But you could also have breakfast for the extra hour and a half.
This
Because I always felt like 10:30 is just too early.
this got me thinking about a topic. We are definitely out. We've lived through and are now out of like the golden era of fast food. Like
What do you mean?
thinking back to
Yo.
like all day breakfast. Um, things close much earlier now, and again, that's like a big staffing issue. But I also think like one thing that's lacking now that we had is like at some point it felt like every restaurant was going, or every fast food restaurant was going hard with the specials, and like talking about like Taco Bell's shrinking menu. Now Taco Bell mostly when it comes back with the specials, it's um, like the same rotating cast of like pretty popular things like the chalupa and the now they got the grilled cheese burrito back. But like, when's the last time McDonald's has done a special? Like, I remember when they had those signature burgers for a little while. There was like a sriracha one that was really good. I miss the old like every place had to have a ghost pepper item thing. That was an amazing era. Wendy's ghost pepper fries, Taco Bell's ghost pepper loaded griller. I was thinking about this today, and man, I just miss those days. Like, oh, around high school era for us, which would have been now
Yeah.
about 6
Wendy's
years ago.
still does specials too.
But I
McDonald's
still
does
feel
a
like
good
even Wendy's
amount.
are few and far in between. Like now we've got that hot honey chicken sandwich that feels like it's been the
Yeah.
special for 6 months. As great as it is, it's been there a
Yeah.
long time now. Versus like I
McDonald's
remember
last
McDonald's
night-
will do specials.
The last like
The
real special
McRib.
McDonald's did was the chicken sandwich, and now it's just a part of their menu.
Yeah. But
That was a while ago.
Well,
the
they've
McRib and
done like
stuff,
those.
That's like
They've
an
done like
annual item. That,
McRibs.
it's always been a thing.
First of all, McRibs ass. I just want to say that.
I don't even want to try one.
It's not
alright.
good. I don't like it.
I
It's
didn't
over.
mind it.
I'll get
It's
one
over.
when they come back, and then I'll go
It
back
made
to
me
getting
shit my
Big
brains
Macs.
out. But they've had like they've had like the times where they'll bring like other other items from like other countries to the U.S. menu. They did that like a few years ago.
When did they do that? Like with what?
Like the one I remember the most, because I think that's the only one I got, is they had a Stroop waffle McFlurry.
What?
Yeah, but that was a
very
long
good.
time ago.
No, that had to have been like 2018 or 2019.
Yeah, that
Bro,
was a
that's-
long time ago for a special.
3 to 4 years, bro.
I said like 3 years.
Yeah, but like, yeah, we definitely we don't get them like they
And
used
McDonald's
to.
is about to
Just
have
feel
some
like
new bacon burger coming out,
that'd be
and
cool.
mozzarella sticks.
Are mozzarella sticks happening?
That's
As far as I
incredible.
know, I saw something today about it. I saw a couple things today about it.
Okay, that's pretty exciting.
Are y'all in a race right now?
No,
Yeah.
we were waiting for you to join
No.
Alright, I'm
Session.
in the
He's
session.
the. I feel like if there's one restaurant that needs to be doing specials like that, it's Burger King, because this is the perfect time to come in and get their reputation back. Because I will stand by that. I think the Burger King is all right. I don't think it's nearly as bad as people make it out to be. I think it is more than edible. But I think they need to start doing some like specials and getting people's
That would help
attention.
them.
Start making some crazy foods that like go all over social media. I think,
Actually get them on social media in a good
bro,
way.
they should hire me.
You'll be their ideas guy.
I will.
Burger King isn't very aggressive with its advertising. I feel like they've been coasting on their same audience for my entire life, and I don't know who the audience is. I don't know anyone who really like prefers them, but I guess someone has to.
What, Burger King?
Yeah. Like, I just don't know anyone who's like a huge Burger King fan, or that even really regularly gets it. But they have to exist.
Same.
And
When I was a kid, it seemed much more of a thing.
the only time I remember them getting big was when they came out with the chicken fries. I remember people being really excited about that. And
Chicken
then,
fries are so good.
I had Burger King a lot when I was a kid. They always had like the best toys, bro. They always had like
Yeah, I was a-
SpongeBob toys.
I was a McDonald's / Steak and Shake kid.
I mean, I ate at McDonald's a lot too, but like thinking about it, I ate at Burger King a lot. Dude, Wendy's needs to step up their toy game, bro.
Does
Oh,
Wendy's
God.
have toys?
They used to have little like
That's what I'm saying.
cardboard, like 2D
Yeah,
toys.
they used to give away like DVD or like PC games or like DVD games that you could like put in. They would like it would be like they'd be like trial versions of like full games that you could actually buy. Not like a demo disc, but it's like that is the one. That's the only demo on it. It's that. The one I remember specifically was. Do you guys remember the game Seen It?
Yes.
It's like the movie.
No.
movie trivia.
It's like movie trivia.
Yeah.
I Wendy's had one when I was a kid, and the kids' meal it was Nickelodeon Seen It,
That's tight.
and it had like, it was like, like a third of like what the actual scenic game would be. But like, Wendy's always had stuff like that.
So Wendy's blew their whole like kids toy budget pussy on like, a couple demo discs back in like 2005, and they got stuck with like cardboard cutouts from then on out.
But I also don't. Obviously, I don't get kids meals anymore, so I wouldn't know. But like, I never see anything when I'm like.
Like they used to have those display cases that would still have something in them.
Bro, those display cases were hype whenever you go to McDonald's and they got the toys on display. It's like, yo, I want that one. I hope I get that one.
And then you always got the shitty one.
Always.
And then like you get your food and you look on the bottom of your Happy Meal thing and it tells you the toys that are coming next.
What? There was a preview? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I'm sure I did.
On the
thinking
bottom
on it
of the
now,
Happy Meal. Yeah, there was like a little circle and it said up next. And it like showed a logo for whatever, toys it was gonna be.
That was the original like PlayStation Plus game of the month, like games with gold. Like, what's the McDonald's toy next month?
That is. McDonald's meals are just like Game Pass. You just like you pay a certain amount, you get some toys.
Yeah, I feel like
Did
they
you guys
declined
ever-
in quality over time, but at one point I feel like McDonald's toys were pretty solid.
McDonald's toys still seem pretty cool.
I haven't checked up on them recently, but
I know they just had like Thor: Love and Thunder toys or something.
That's pretty sick.
oh, kids, imagine like growing up in the MCU era and those are the McDonald's toys you get. That's awesome.
We got to have some. I remember getting like
You're
Iron
getting
Man.
Happy Meals in like 2012.
No, and like I was gonna say, I remember getting like Iron Man and like Incredible Hulk toys. That was like
Yeah,
2008.
Yeah.
If they were cool like Avengers toys, maybe I got one in 2012. Remember the Mighty Kids meal?
Yeah,
Yes.
I was Mighty Kids.
What was the
Meal.
difference?
You got 6
It was just
nuggets
like-
instead of 4
Yeah,
and a medium
You
fry.
know,
Wow.
and I think it's like a double cheeseburger.
It was
It's the teenager version. It's the cool kid version. It's the big kids.
yeah, that's like
the
8
Mighty
to 10
Kids.
years old is the Mighty Kids meal. And then
I
you
never really got the
graduate.
Mighty Kids meal. I always just got the regular.
I
Dude,
also
but
didn't go to McDonald's a lot when I was a kid because I hated burgers.
I did too.
No, we-
I always got the nuggets.
yeah, I did
Same.
too. We got out just in time because right when we would have stopped getting kids meals and stuff, they made like the fry portions like stupidly small. Like you get like 10 fries with your Happy Meal. The chocolate
Now
milk
they try
was
and
busted.
coax you into
though.
getting apples. Yes.
Chocolate milk was bussin'. Hands down.
I gotta go back and get a kids meal just to see if the like chocolate milk is still
Yeah, yeah,
God tier.
that's what I was thinking. I gotta get some
Like-
chocolate milk.
you just took me back to like God,
And the
that
cups
shit
were
was
cool?
amazing. I think the coolest thing. Okay, one thing yeah, toys might be back because I realized that they recently did like you get Pokemon cards in your Happy Meal.
That's pretty
That
cool.
would have been really
Dude.
cool back in the day.
Oh, I remember.
Do you
I remember
remember
everyone going
they
crazy.
tried doing that recently and everyone went insane over them?
Yeah, that's what I was
They-
saying. Like they did that recently. It'd be cool to be a kid and do that. But even though like it was mostly adults going and like stealing all these,
Dude.
buying up all these Happy Meals.
Fuck. This race is pissing me off. I can't get past this thing.
But what's
Which race do you hate the most?
No comment.
to cap off our fast food talk, what is your guys' favorite fast food restaurant? I think we tier listed them, but what's your personal favorite? If you had to pick one, and you can like, all right, let's say like you pick one and that's where you're eating for the rest of your life. Like you don't get to go to any others. What are you gonna get? Like, what are you gonna take?
I think Taco Bell.
I don't know, bro. After that experience we had at Bojangles,
Ooh, but I mean, you've
I don't-
only got like a little bit of experience.
Let's
there.
let's
Are you
not say that
comfortable, like, taking it
counts.
forever?
It has to be something here that you have experience in.
alright, probably Taco Bell then. Or they did just put that Shake Shack in Fishers. Can we count that?
Yeah, you can count that.
Shake Shack is mid.
Bro, disagree.
I disagree that it's mid. I would say it's probably a little overrated, but it is good. It's really good.
Shake Shack in Grand Central Station in New York did not disappoint, bro.
Portions are small and it's
Mine would
overpriced.
definitely have to be either Wendy's or McDonald's.
Yeah, I want to
Classic.
I think
say
Wendy's is a good choice.
I want to say like Popeyes is my favorite, but if I'm gonna stick with one forever, like that's really just chicken, so I gotta go Wendy's.
Yeah, you gotta have like a variety. So you're tired of a burger, you can get some chicken.
I feel like McDonald's would get old pretty quick.
Ooh, but
Yeah.
Rallies, Checkers.
Those fries, bro.
No,
Does
I can't
Five
eat the
Guys
chicken
count
bites
in
anymore.
this?
Five Guys is not fast food.
Fair enough.
It's not.
I think we can count it though. You just gotta take the price into consideration that every time you want fast food, you're paying Five Guys prices. I think that's enough to like deter you from it.
That's true.
I mean that just is my normal life. That is the one thing deterring me from it already.
Truth.
'Cause,
Alright.
dude, if Five Guys was cheap,
Game over every time.
like I literally live right next to one.
I haven't had a good experience at Five Guys in a while, if I'm honest. Soggy
No?
fries, soggy burgers.
The ones in Bloomington aren't as good, I don't think.
Yeah, the Bloomington. I need to get one now that I'm back home. Go back to like the OGs, but yeah, the Bloomington. ones
Bro,
were
we should have gone
good.
to Five Guys instead of B Dubs that Monday night.
No, because that's Bloomington
Bro.
Five Guys, bro. That shit's trash.
Five Guys is Five Guys. Like, a lesser Five Guys experience is still a good experience.
I don't know.
I
I'd
think.
rather take McDonald's at peak versus Five Guys at like a low.
I don't know.
But that bacon burger, bro.
Ugh, that's what I'm saying. And the fries still taste good, even if they're a bit soggy. They're still pretty fire.
All right. Seeing as we're just over the hour mark, would you guys like to give some recommendations and then sign off?
I think you would.
I would. Obviously loving House of the Dragon. I've been playing a new game recommended to me again by Jackson, so he's 2 for 2 on game recommendations these past couple weeks. Called Cult of the Lamb. It's I think it like advertises itself as a roguelike, but I'd say it's more linear dungeon crawler. Even though the dungeon layouts are randomized and there is technically kind of an endless mode, most of the game you're spending going through these randomized dungeons in order to build up your cult following, and it's kind of like part dungeon crawler, part town city builder, except you're putting together a cult and getting your cultists to gather various resources, and everyone's a cute animal. but it's also hyper violent, so it's a great time all around.
That game
Available
sounds
on
really
all
fun on
platforms.
PC because it's got it has Twitch integration, so you can have like your stream followers make a make a villager, and it has their like Twitch name.
That's
So it's
That's
like
pretty cool.
I did not.
so
know
it's
that.
like you're actually taking care of your chat.
I'll say my recommendation this week is Dragon Ball Z Abridged on YouTube. Its first season doesn't hold up as well as the others, but I think it's also the shortest. Season 3 is like some of YouTube's peak content. It's how I knew what like Dragon Ball Z was before I watched it, but I never really got into it until I watched it all those years ago, and it's still some of my favorite stuff out there. So very
Absolute
good.
classic.
Nice. Ethan?
This week I've been listening to Muse's new album, Will of the People. It's been like, I don't know, it's everything you envision from a classic Muse song, like think of Uprising and stuff like that. And they replicated it. So,
I think for me it's still just Saul.
Still Saul.
I mean, as long as I'm watching it, it's gonna be Saul. Better
Sure,
Call
there's not a
Saul.
recent artist that you've been getting into?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't think so.
I'm
Think
not
really
gonna
hard
step
about
in
this, Pierce.
because I don't know how to say his name.
I don't know. I don't know who.
Masayoshi Takanaka?
Not really. I mean, I listened to
You're the one
Breeze
who
and
turned us on to him.
I've listened to Breeze and plenty like hundreds of times by now. Yes, that is true. But like, I mean, that's really it. Like, I listened to that one album that one time.
I think it can be
I was just trying to give you
described
something
as,
other than Saul.
Japanese.
Yeah, but it's Saul.
Groove music. I don't know, some
It
jazz
is very good.
influences.
Just look up the
it's very
song
good stuff.
"Breezin" by the guy with the the guy with the Japanese name,
It's Masayoshi Takanaka.
because it is a cover of another song, but you want to listen to the one by the Japanese one because that one's cooler. It's a lot more like guitar-y. Like the guitar sounds like hard. It's like ding. That's my guitar.
When he plays guitar, it's sick.
Woo.
Whoa.